What is going on, guys? Datcoopguy here, and today we're going to be jumping in talking about a Werebear guide. Werebear is a little bit more of a tankier build compared to my werewolf guide that I did previous, and it does take a lot of skill points to eventually get rolling. So I highly recommend, if you are first starting off your character in the beginning, maybe choose a few different spells until you hit about level 10, and then that's when you can really start to get into the Werebear aspect. So without further ado, let's jump into the talent tree. So for the talent tree, you're going to go way up here to the top. You're going to choose Maul. This is obviously your main ability here, as it does a nice little damage in front of you. But after that, you're going to be enhancing it. This allows you to get Fortified. Fortified basically makes it to where you take 10% less damage as you slowly fill up a meter around your health bar. As you start to do attacks, you'll slowly see the meter go up. And once it hits to wherever your life is at, that is where you will get the 10% reduction. You don't get it right off the rip. You're going to have to fill up that meter to where it matches up with wherever your health bar is at. After that, you're going to want to get Fierce Maul, as this will increase the radius and the range of it. And you really need that because you obviously want to be able to cleave and hit multiple different enemies. So by doing that, it also allows you to be able to get more fortified. It all works out together. From here, you're going to want to put 5 points into Pulverize. This is your main damaging ability. It does massive AoE damage around you. You smack the ground, and you get that good old Werebear action. From there, you're going to want to do Enhance, as it will make it to where it will overpower every 12 seconds that you remain healthy, allowing you to do more damage because of, obviously, the fortified life that we have here. So, overall, combos really well together. Also, makes it to where you reduce the damage for 4 seconds of all the enemies hit. Now, from here, you're actually going to jump over here. You're going to get Heart of the Wild. See, you need to get a little bit more spirit going, but we're really not focusing on the spirit. We're actually coming over here to where the basic skills give us even more spirit. You see, we don't generate too much spirit with the Maul attack, so we have to upgrade it to make it to where we can constantly do it to do more pulverizing. We're in their face. This isn't our main damaging ability. It's Pulverize. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that we get a lot of spirit action going from that. After you get those points in there, you're going to jump down here and choose Liberating Roar. This allows it to where you add a massive damage reduction off of all the enemies around you. Then from there, you're going to pick up the enhanced version, which allows you to fortify even more. So, you know, comboing, getting lots of those fortifies out there. And then after that, it also gives you a pocket heal. Pocket heals are so important as you don't want to keep using your health potions, and this will allow you to be able to stay tanky and take lots of hits and be able to heal in the action. From there, you're going to want to jump into Wolves. Wolves will be able to give you some additional damage as, well, the Werebear doesn't do too much damage, but he does a decent amount when it's around him. You also want to make sure that these guys are able to target the range characters that are out there. From there, you're going to get it to where they're enhanced. This will allow us to, when we do stuns and a lot of our different explodes and immobilizing, it helps out with the additional damage. But the main reason is also to give us another chance of getting fortified. So having it to where we have multiple different ways of fortifying makes it to where any of our overpowered help out a lot more to where we do massive damage. Lastly, the last ability that you're going to get is Trample. This makes it to where you're unstoppable, you charge forward, you're knocking back enemies, and they're taking more damage. This is basically one of those scenarios where, say, you have a bunch of enemies around you, and you really just need them to get off of you for a second. You're taking some damage, maybe you're standing in like a little puddle of poison and it's slowly hitting you. It's good to have this as an escape, as, you know, obviously, when you're surrounded by enemies, you can't really move out the way, and you're kind of stuck in a position. And this will help you out with dealing with all of that jazz there. So without further ado, let's jump into some combat and see how it is in action. So without further ado, let's get into some combat. I'm just going to travel a little bit to the north here. And I do believe an elite should spawn over here. Haha. So we're going to charge right in there. Do our slam here. A couple of slams here. Have our wolves charge at this enemy here. Slam down a couple of times. Pop a potion. Do a couple more slams here. And there you have it. Nice and easy. But yeah, as you can see, basically when you charge in, you're going to really want to get as many mauls in as possible, as the fortified will be very important when coming in there. Slamming abilities whenever they're around you, using this to get out of any attacks that are out there, and this is a good pocket heal. So let's talk about the general tips of everything out there. So first off, Werebear is not that strong in the beginning game. It will get stronger in time, I promise you that, but it does take a little bit of time. If you're doing group content, absolutely one of the best builds to have in your party. But when it comes to solo content, it is a little bit tougher. You do have to kind of sit back and think a little bit when doing it. I've been really trying my best to make it overall good. I personally am more of a fan of the werewolf, but if you are determined to do the werebear, this is definitely the way to do it. So overall, let's talk about a lot of our different abilities here. We have Maul, which allows us to get fortified. This allows us to have a higher range with all our attack and radius to where we do more hits, to allowing us to get more fortified, allowing us to get that damage negation. Pulverize is one of our main damage abilities, and while we are healthy, it makes it to where we do overpower, allowing us to use our fortified health that we just got from the Maul and our overall health to do massive amounts of damage. It also allows it to where they do reduce damage, making it to where we take less damage, making it to where we are able to spam this ability more often. You get the gist. From here, we have our good old pocket heal here of allowing us to get a high amount of fortify. I'd almost recommend popping this before you charge into a fight, as it just gives you a good amount of fortify, and then you do a few swings, the next thing you know, you're fortified. It also allows us to be able to heal for a good amount of our health over time. So as you're starting to take damage, it's healing you up. The wolves are just there for additional damage and also allow us to get fortified even more. And trample is just kind of our escape card, but also a way to make it to where we just do some good knockbacks to keep them stunned and keep them in place. As that will be very important, as making it to where we take less damage is overall the vibe of this character as a big old tank. Like I said though, with this character, take it with ease. It takes a little bit of time to go out there. As we start to get into more of the skills and start actually working on more of the character, it will become better. But this is definitely one of those classes that will take time, but I'd highly recommend for anybody that is doing group content to jump into this character. As the Werebear, it does do massive amounts of damage. It's just, it takes a lot more setup compared to most characters out there when jumping into a fight. I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.